6-1.
Yeah, 6-1. Same.
6-1. Okay,
6-1. 6 out of 7. 6-1.
Okay, so listen. This week, Palmetto 5. What? 2 more committed. Two more committed, big time. Yep. Marshall and Collier. I mean, Collier safety. I love him at safety. They was up. It was their chance to commit, and both of them chose Florida. The weird thing about that is okay. So Jason Marshall, I never thought we had a chance with him until last week. Before that, I just thought he was headed to Florida, Alabama. I just thought he was headed somewhere like that. But then doing a little research, talking to people, it started rumbling that, hey, listen, he may be headed to Miami. Then things changed. Some of the other media stations, they changed how they thought. And it looked like he was heading to Miami. Manny tweeted out the booming, whatever he tweets out. And it looks like he was headed to Miami. But I tell you all the time, recruiting is fluid. It's fluid. These kids change their mind. For somebody to think that, even with Man X, for somebody to think that they can get every last one of these right, is you're setting yourself up for failure. You're not going to get them all right. You're just like NFL. You're not going to win every game. You're not going to get them all right. I tell a story. Tracy Howard. A lot of people try to say they knew Tracy Howard was coming to the University of Miami. And his mom, I tell the story all the time. His mom was like, listen, when me and Tracy woke up that morning, we didn't know where Tracy was going. So there's no way anybody else knew where Tracy was going. So what I'm saying is we try to blame these recruiting camps on coaches, on fire Mike Rumph, all this crazy stuff going on. But these are 17-year-old kids. They changed their mind. When I was 17, I couldn't figure out what pair of shoes I wanted to wear, let alone when I'm finna go play football for the next 3 years. Corey Collier, Jason Marshall, man, how you felt about the situation?
Corey Collier, I knew he was going to be a Gator. I figured he was going to be a Gator regardless. We did the interview down at the BBC.
Right.
He did a little chop. I said, oh, yeah, he's a Gator.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. I did the interview. I totally forgot about that.
But then, he just said, like,
we are bad. We bad reporters, fool. Like, we are bad media guys, fool. Because he sure did.
Then he was the one to say, like, out of all of them, he said, I was the one that I'm going to make my own decision. I ain't going to follow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So he the one I knew that wasn't going to be a Kane. The Jason Marshall thing, it shocked me, but I'm not surprised because, the Gators always pretty much land the top South Florida cornerback in the nation.
That's bad.
It's bad.
Alabama take the receivers. The Gators take the cornerback.
That's bad.
But they let things
Georgia
change.
took one.
Alabama
took one.
Jason Marshall. You love Jason Marshall.
I love Jason Marshall.
How you felt about the decision?
Of course, as a Hurricane fan, man, I was a little hurt by it. Not hurt, but just like, dang, he's not coming to Miami. But, as somebody that coached DBs, and I have a son that's a pretty elite athlete, and I know his dad is really involved with his life, right, just like Corey Collier is. So it goes in line. It didn't surprise me, man. When you got a kid that's a high-level DB, and you got the dad that's involved too, and it's not a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. They're looking at coaching more than anything.
Right.
And Torian Gray is the best DB coach in the state.
Right.
Sadly to say, when he was at Virginia Tech, he coached all those Florida guys out of Palm Beach, South Florida area, brought them to Virginia Tech, turned them into first rounders, second rounders, third round draft picks, all Americans, all conference players.
Right.
He had a stint at Florida, then he went to the pros and coached the Redskins, and he's back at Florida, and he's from Lakeland. And if you ever talk to him, he's just like one of us.
Right.
He's real. He's down to earth. He's cool, man. He's gregarious. He can be whatever. He can be whatever it is.
No.
He's a Florida boy, heart of heart. So a dad's gonna be impressed by that. A high-level DB is gonna be impressed by that. This guy's gonna get you to the pros. He's gonna teach you pro techniques.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So I get it. I really get it. And that's the issue. Not necessarily.
It's funny you talk highly about him because Chad Wilson, former University of Miami player, sent both of his DBs.
And guess who was the coaches there? Travaris Robinson was there at the time at Florida.
Right.
He's a great DB coach.
Right.
He coached at Auburn. He coaching at South Carolina. He makes DBs in the first rounder. He's also a guy that's from South Florida, Florida boy, who is great. He relates to kids.
Right.
He talked that talk. He walked that walk. You know what I'm saying? you know, not a knock on our guys because Mike Rumph is a Florida boy from South Florida, but he's more stoic than anything. You know,
DBs resumes too, because you couldn't compare. I mean, what you just did, you can't do. Like you couldn't.
But Mike Rumph has a better on-field resume. They have a better coaching resume.
Better coaching resume. Well,
and they've been in it. Yeah, they're coaches now, right? So there you go.
Right.
The thing I tell people about Mike Rumph is, you know, Mike Rumph is one of them guys who recruits guys who he see himself as. You know, you look at Blaze and Ivy.
And I ain't got a,
that was Mike Rumph.
And I don't got a problem with that.
That was Mike Rumph High School. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I look at Blaze and I be like, God damn, like he look like Mike Rumph. Like,
I feel about Ivy with the number 8 on and everything.
That's what I'm saying. I look at him, I'm like, he literally look like Mike Rumph out there. So, tough situation. We just haven't landed the top cornerbacks. I mean, I know this bad, but he's doing his good. He's doing a pretty good job. Cause last cycle we got Christian Williams.
Yep, Christian Williams.
And then this one we had got I forget the guy's name.
Harrell.
But, so he getting
Harrell, right?
Yeah.
Harrell. Yep. I mean, they're getting their guys, man. It's just that with that position, man, you got to have somebody with a. I mean, I'm not mad at the DB recruiting. I think it could be a little better in terms of the high-level kids that we got in South Florida. But if you're gonna have a guy in that spot, especially at the University of Miami, you can't spare the expense as hiring a coach there. It's no secret why those guys are going to pretty much 3 or 4 different places. Go be coached by Nick Saban at Bama, Torian Gray at Florida, Corey Raymond at LSU, or Travaris Robbins at South Carolina. I'm just being honest. That's where they go. Or the Ohio State coach, who's turning out great DBs.
A lot of people like the Auburn coach too. What his name is?
He is turning out great DBs too.
A lot of people like Auburn coach.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, if you want to battle for good DBs, and we're in the heart of where they come from, then you got to have an upper echelon DB coach, and that's what we've always had. Not that Mike Rumph isn't. He's on his way to that. Not sure about the safeties coach. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he'll get there, but we got to have a guy in that position, man. That knows what he's doing. Who has some swag to him. Who knows the area. You know, who guys can relate to, because you know DBs are a different breed. Right. What you just told me before we came out here? You really about to go buy a hat? I'm a DB, man. We're a different breed, man. You know what I mean? It's just
so let's dig a little deeper, man. This Mike Rumph hate that comes across doing recruiting every year. I saw people talking about he need to be fired, and I think they don't understand. I don't even think they understand how recruiting works at UM. Like, who's doing the recruiting, who's okaying everything.
They don't.
How do you feel about people when they jump on Mike Rumph like that?
I laugh because they don't know, like, they don't know how recruiting works.
They don't.
For two, they think just because he's the cornerback coach, like he's the. No, he don't just recruit cornerbacks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? UM is one of the teams that has. They got basically a program set where you got a coach that recruits this area, this coach recruit this area, this coach recruit that area. Like, I don't know why we do it, but that's how it's been. You know what I'm saying? Mike Rumph recruits Broward.
Right.
You know, so he got the slander about not getting Jason Marshall, Corey Carlin. That was in his area.
Listen, quick story. Najee Davenport told me a story. What's the guy name? Spent a lot of time up in North Florida when Randy was here. Black guy, won recruiter of the year, didn't he?
Talk about Bell.
It wasn't Bell.
McGriff,
right?
Yeah, McGriff.
He told me a story. If I can remember the story correctly, Najee told me a story. When Freeman was here, Central's running back, right? Basically, he told McGriff, like, listen, man, this D guy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta offer this man. This man gonna be the real deal, you know what I'm saying? And basically, if I can remember correctly, McGriff basically said the same thing. Like, listen, I can't just offer him. I have to report to, and I forget who he was reporting to at the time, and we have to make a decision. And Najee said, he was like, and you recruit of the year, you can't, you can't give out an offer. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. It happens all the time. The way it's set up, it has to be a reason. This way it's set up like that, I would think.
And let Mike Rumph go get who he wants to go get. Stay out of his way. He knows what he's doing. He played on matter of fact, he played on a 2001 team and 1999 team. He knows what it takes. Leave him alone. Let him go get what he want to get. Let him do his thing.
But yeah, the Mike Rumph thing, I don't think he deserved that. Listen, at Beautiful Owners, that's how Mike Rumph talk. Mike Rumph, we're going to get him off you, man. We're
going to get him off you, coach. We know what you're doing. Salute to you, bro.
So listen, FOOTBALLVILLE, taking things to the next level. 400,000 followers, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We own everything. And if you want to get your business involved, to reach out to our followers, you want to become a sponsor, just reach out to us. Send us a DM or call us 786-405-9499. You see, we're here in beautiful Lorna's, but it could be your business. And it doesn't have to be an event. It doesn't have to be on the set. Like if you want your business involved, if you want to become a sponsor, you want to get your product in front of 400,000 people, reach out to us. 786-405-9499. We have a few slots for sponsors, so reach out to us, man. Let's do some business.
It's gonna take 3 motherfucking days, and that's what?